Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to uncover how a profoundly simple, ancient yogic practice might just be the ultimate solution to our very modern crisis of distraction. If you've been feeling like your attention span is shrinking by the day, you are exactly in the right place. Think about your own screen fatigue for a second. Think about the countless hours we all spend scrolling, reading, and watching every single day. Could the astonishingly simple act of just staring at a flame be the ultimate antidote to your exhausted, wandering mind? It sounds almost too good to be true, but the evidence we're about to look at is incredibly compelling. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll be looking at the lost art of focus, the 3 types of Trataka, the actual science behind staring, exactly how to practice it, and finally, some absolutely crucial warnings and precautions. All right, part 1, the lost art of focus. Get this. A massive 80% of all the sensory data we process as humans comes right through our vision. Because our eyes and our breathing patterns are so tightly linked to our mental state, our constant non-stop screen time literally feeds that chaotic monkey mind we all deal with. We're visually overfed, attentionally starving, and it's making us chronically fatigued. So how do we fix this huge visual energy leak? Well, we turn to Trataka. It's a Sanskrit term that translates to steady gazing, basically looking intently at a single point without blinking. In the yogic tradition, this isn't just a meditation, it's actually classified as a Shatkarma. That's one of the 6 primary cleansing techniques. It's literally meant to flush out impurities from the eyes and completely focus the oscillating tendencies of the mind. And this practice has deep historical roots, detailed in classical texts like verse 31 of the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. There's this great old story about a highly distracted youth living out in the forest who just couldn't focus enough to study or meditate. But a sage taught him to simply stare at the flame of a lamp without blinking. Eventually, he tamed those chaotic thoughts and developed laser-like concentration. It's an ancient narrative for sure, but man, doesn't that resonate perfectly with our modern struggles? Moving on to part 2, the 3 types of Trataka. There are 3 distinct stages or types to this practice. First up is bahir, or external gazing. That's where you look at an outside object. It's usually a candle flame, but it could be a black dot on a wall or even the moon. Next is antar, or internal Trataka. Here, you close your eyes and hold a clear visualization of that exact object in the inner space of your mind, right between your eyebrows. And finally, there's adho, the half-open method. Just picture classic statues of Lord Buddha, with eyes half closed and half open, holding that perfect balance between the inner and outer worlds. Which brings us to part 3, the science of staring. It is super fascinating to compare the ancient claims with modern clinical findings. Traditional yoga states that Trataka activates the Ajna Chakra, or the third eye, promoting strong willpower and profound inner vision. Meanwhile, clinical studies have shown the practice leads to a demonstrably decreased heart rate, better selective attention, and improved cognitive flexibility. Basically, we've got 2 completely different vocabularies describing the exact same upgrade to your human software. Rigorous scientific tests back this up too, like those published in the Journal of Ayurveda and Integrative Medicine. In one study, scientists used the Stroop color word test, a really famous psychological tool for measuring mental vitality, and they proved that a single Trataka session legitimately and immediately improves response inhibition and cognitive flexibility. In plain English, your brain actually gets better at ignoring distractions and locking in on what really matters. There's also a wildly cool psychological phenomenon at play here called the Troxler effect. When people practice Trataka, there's often this magical moment where the flame suddenly just vanishes and they see a dark void. In ancient times, this felt deeply mystical. Today, science explains it as habituation. Because your eyes stop making those tiny micro movements, your brain basically gets bored of the unchanging visual data and stops registering it. This coincides with a massive spike in alpha brainwaves, signaling a state of incredibly deep inner stillness. Okay, part 4, how to actually practice Trataka. If you want to try this out, treat it almost like a guided meditation. First, sit perfectly still in a dark, quiet room and make sure there are no drafts. Second, place a candle exactly at eye level, about an arm's length away. The flame has to be perfectly steady, no flickering allowed. Third, relax your body and gaze steadily right at the top of the wick. Try your absolute hardest not to blink. Your eyes are going to start watering, but hey, that's the cleansing part. Once the tears fall or your eyes feel heavily strained, gently close them. That's step 4. Shift into the internal practice and visualize that glowing flame right between your eyebrows for as long as you can hold the image. Now, before you go lighting any candles, part 5, essential warnings and precautions. You absolutely have to pay close attention to these contraindications. If you have glaucoma or any severe eye condition, do not practice this without a doctor's clearance. If you have epilepsy, doing Trataka on a candle flame is strictly not recommended because flickering right can be a trigger. Also, if you deal with severe mental instability, psychosis, or light-triggered migraines, you should approach this with extreme caution or maybe just avoid it altogether. Always, always listen to your body. Don't try to be a hero and force your eyes open if you're in real pain. To wrap up our explainer, I want to leave you with a provocative thought. Trataka teaches us that the absolute best way to see clearly inside is to stop looking around at everything outside. So I invite you to safely try this ancient practice, quiet down your visual environment, and discover for yourself what lies within your own mind when the external noise finally fades away. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope this helps you reclaim your focus.